The lion withered with age and injuries acquired from a recent fight, with a young lion over territory appeared to be roaming aimlessly through the woodland. The lion was hungry, dehydrated, and seemingly on the brink of death. It hasn't rained in several days, and the severe drought made the land and all its inhabitants. There seemed to not be a hint of moisture anywhere. The lion was in search of food and water. The old lion was too weak to chase prey, and no water was in sight. As seen by the vultures circling overhead, it was likely the lion would soon die. In the not too far off distance, the lion could see some creatures moving towards something that appeared to excite them. The lion lifted his head high, pointed in the direction of the creatures, and picked up the faint smell of water. The lion grew more hopeful with this discovery, but equally concerned considering his condition that he couldn't make it to the source of the water. The lion, knowing that this was his only chance to possibly survive, put all his effort into slowing moving in the direction of the water. He drug himself along with scorching sun beating his body as bad as the injuries were. The lion could not determine if the injuries or the unrelenting heat of the sun was inflicting more damage. It seemed that all the creatures of the woodland had found this pool of water. Hunter and prey seemed to cautiously put aside their natural inclinations to hydrate and cool themselves in the pool of water. Animals big and small made their way to the water. Some took up their fill of water, quickly retreating to a safe place far enough from their natural predators to escape if need be. There was an uneasy harmony there as the creatures of the woodland ensured that they had their fill of water. Wildebeest, zebra, buffalo, giraffe, antelope, baboons, ostrich, flamingos, even hares, turtles, and mice. These creatures all gathered together to quench their thirst. As the activity of drinking and cooling off continued, many of the creatures took notice of the vultures encircling some creature as it was slowly approaching the pool of water. At first glance, though fearful, no one immediately knew what it was that approached. What was known by the encircling of the vultures was that whatever it was near death. Many of the creatures disregarded this creature, thinking whatever it was close enough to death that the vultures would soon dispose of it. After all, with this drought, many have died, leaving the vultures with plenty of food. Not long after, it appeared that this creature still lived, as now it was close enough that it could be recognized. It appeared to be a lion of sorts. This, however, couldn't be a lion. Upon closer inspection, it was verified that this was indeed a lion. It was an old, very skinny, sickly-looking lion with a scraggly mane that had large portions of it missing. When it was first recognized that this was a lion, fear dominated many. But as it became clear the condition that it was in, that initial fear vanished. In place of the initial fear was pity, then incredibly mockery. Followed the lion finally making it to the water, now became the center of attention. Laying just within reach of the water, lapping slow in every bit of water it could take it, the lion appeared very vulnerable as he seemed drained of life. There was much commotion brought on by the presence of the lion. After close assessment of the lion's condition, it was agreed that the lion posed no threat and was on the verge of death. A young baboon, curious about the lion, escaped from his mother's grasp to see the lion up close. The young baboon grabbed and played with the lion's tail. The mother scolded the young baboon at first, but upon seeing the lion was too weak to resist the antics of the young baboon, she allowed it, thinking it a good opportunity for him to familiarize himself with one of the great predators of the woodland. Soon after, seeing the lion was no threat and too weak to defend himself, but was too busy slowly lapping water, many other creatures joined the young baboon in making a mockery of the lion. Some went so far as to opening his mouth, inspecting his teeth. It was found that several of his teeth were missing, so they teasingly nicknamed him the Toothless Lion. They pulled his mane, poked at his wounds, and made a game of running around him and jumping on him. Some other animals still kept their distance. The giraffes were particularly suspicious, as were many of the baboons. The antelope and zebra retained respect for the injured lion, making sure they keep their eyes on him and keeping a safe distance away. Much excitement grew surrounding the arrival of the lion. So did the noise. One older male giraffe could be seen cautioning others, but no one could hear exactly what he was saying over the noise. The day was coming to an end. Many animals, having had their share of water, had retreated to their natural habitats. Many looked on the lion with pity, seeing how as being the top predator of the woodlands, he is now a plaything, soon to be decreased. Many others looked on with laughter, saying sarcastically, "This is a lion." There is nothing majestic about this creature. Some dared not ridicule the lion, instead deciding to respect the nature of the lion despite his current condition. Still others played with the lion's tail and mane, and climbed all on top of the lion, tiring themselves into a slumber. Many animals fell asleep on top of the lion, use him as a pillow. The lion didn't have the strength to resist or fight off this disrespectful display. He just laid there all the while, slowly slurping all the water he could. He took one more slurp and appeared to be sleeping, or more likely dead. Night fell, and it grew quiet. Very quiet. In contrast to the day's earlier commotion, you couldn't tell you were in the same place. When the day breaks, many of the animals that left returned to the pool of of water, surprised to see the lion alive and alert, but still looking weak and subdued. As they got closer, however, they observed the lion slowly chewing on something that appeared to be the remains of a vulture. A more thorough scan of the area revealed that there were bones and half-eaten remains of many of the creatures that dared to get too comfortable around the mangy lion. The vultures that once encircled the lion, that remained close waiting on its eventually demise, were nowhere in sight. Sads overwhelmed an older female baboon as she seen the remains of her playful son near the tail of the lion that he just yesterday played with. All were in awe of the lion as they took in the scene of carnage that this mangy lion had caused. The lion did not appear to have the strength and aggressiveness to accomplish this destruction, though his appearance didn't reflect his obvious capabilities to inflict harm. New respect grew for the lion, as now few of the creatures would venture too close to the pool of water. Now wait instead for the lion to move on.
It was very quiet as the creatures looked at the lion, only hearing the breaking of bones and tearing of flesh as the lion continued to devour his former markers. The lion slowly got up, walking faster and more confidently after receiving his fill of water and food.
More creatures approached the pool after he was a little distance away. The giraffe that issued the warning the prior day now could clearly be heard, nonchalantly repeating his warning.
I told him don't sleep on the lion.